Hello and welcome to another day around the trash fire. Your host Matthias, along with the boy.
John.
So it happened. The preview.
Yes, it did.
Some stuff we were right about,
And yes, we were. Some stuff
and
not so much, which is okay.
it's fine. It's a prediction for a reason. So I was shocked at some one thing.
Oh,
Kind of came out of nowhere, but let's just jump right into it, shall we? Starting with the most non thing that was part of the announcements, which is the Red Gobbo. And it's a Christmas model that they're doing this year. Yeah, it's just their annual Christmas model.
you like the Christmas models?
No, not really.
Yeah, I think this is a waste of plastic. I'll be quite honest with you. I hate the Christmas models. I don't know. I'm not a fan of. I mean, call me like a stickler, but I'm just not a fan of joke models. I think that's what 3D printing is for. And or custom sculpts or something or conversions. Sorry, not custom sculpts, like conversions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just not a fan of these, like the birthday miniatures, the joke minis, like Christmas mini. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Really do not like them.
They're cool to have, for that the celebration and all that. I mean, I'll put it like this: if this was a Warhammer Day model, I would say it's a lot better than the Lieutenant that we got. But other than that,
That's
yeah,
true. That's true. Some poop is better than others.
yeah. But I don't really see anyone really getting this other than making a Christmas theme goblin orc army kind of deal, right? And even
Right.
then, you could probably make. I mean, it's not bad, but you could probably do something better.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, at least it's not useless. Like you could use it as a bomb squig or something, or an AOS as a like converted a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, there's just some Christmas models that like are just unusable, and it's like, why did you make this? but
Because they
but that's my
gotta
hating.
give you that Christmas model for that whole holiday season that's coming up.
Yeah, but that's the hating for today for me.
That's all the hating. All right,
I think it's all the hating.
I'll give it to you. Yeah. So probably the most disappointing thing of this
Yes. Oh
preview
yeah.
probably.
Oh yeah. It also annoyed me that it was the final trailer because I'm expecting like 30K 2022 or like the next codex or Chaos Storms or something. But no, you get freaking Christmas Goblin. Like, why?
Did you watch it or did you just watch or get the articles?
I watched it actually because I was
Because
I
you're an
came
insane person.
Yes. No, well, I came home late from a music festival, and I was like, you know what? It's like 2 hours before it starts. I'll just nap and then watch it because might as well.
Yeah, luckily my body's like, nah, nah, you stay in bed. Don't wake up at 5 o'clock to watch it. So, since you watched it, was it the ones they were doing during the pandemic, or was it something different?
It
Like,
was
was it the
exactly the
two
same.
same guys? Okay,
Oh, absolutely. Adam Troke and the other guy.
okay. Was it as bad? Did you miss it?
No, absolutely. It was terrible.
Oh, don't be so harsh. Come on, man. I'm sure it wasn't that bad. I
It
think
was. I mean, I was half asleep, so
true.
it was
I
tolerable.
know. I know. When I watch those, I'm like, just show me the models. Stop
Yeah,
talking.
I think if I was more conscious, I would be upset. Would be more upset. But
Okay, well, we can move on to something more exciting for all the specialist games out there. 30K. You were right. I was wrong. We did get the con model. Unfortunately, he's not on a bike.
yes, which I might get it. Like he fits the theme for the other Primarchs. Like actually the video where they reveal all the Primarchs, that's a really cool video. And
Mm.
then finally there's the con. And when you see them, someone made a an image of all the Primarchs in one image, ordered by Legion number, and he looks cool in it. But there's kind of no reason to take him on foot in game. I guess if you're doing special scenarios like the battle of the second battle of Prospero where he fights Mortarion, he's on foot. Yeah, I mean I'm gonna pick him up because he's in my top 3 favorite Primarchs. But really wish he was on a bike. Like my White Scars list for him in 30K has him on a bike. So yeah. Um
Well, going by my rumor guy, he's saying that there's going to be a 2.0 version of this model on a bike.
yes, I actually have heard that they are making 2 models of him. That's why I'm not as upset because I know they'll make one for him eventually.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure people would rather have the bike model out first than
Ab-
a foot model.
Absolutely. But I'm not upset. I'm not even annoyed. I'm just like, okay, you know what? Cool. I'm satisfied rather than hype.
I was shocked. I really thought we were going to get that 30K two-player starter set,
Yeah, me too.
given the leaked image back in June or August.
Right.
But I
I'm
guess that'll be something they announce in January or
Yeah, I
December.
I agree. They're gonna save it for later for sure.
Yeah. But there you go. The con finally here. That's all the Primarchs, right?
Yes, that is all the Primarchs. We are done. And they did say that more is coming, which they're probably alluding to the 2.0 box. But um, I thought that was deep because like if there was no leak, 30K kind of has no future because all the Primarchs are done, so they're kind of not really obligated to do anything. But the fact that they announced that they are doing something is a beacon of hope in the age of darkness that we are getting more Horus Heresy. And my group is getting pretty hyped about it. Like Donnie has been listening to Siege of Terra, super hype. Our friend Tom has been reading the opening trilogy and is getting kind of hype. And yeah, so and I think Donnie's trying to hype Paulo with word bearers. So we may see some 30K action in the near future. And the fact that it has a future makes me happy.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what 2.0 will bring. I wonder if it's going to bring it into the current 8th or ninth edition
I
mindset.
I don't think so because the leaked image is a scatter dice.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the saving grace there. And I think I've said before in the cast, I'd rather it not be 8th edition or ninth edition. I'd rather it be its own rule set and take some design space from 7th and from 8th, ninth, and make something better. So
True. I mean, you wouldn't want to. I mean, that's what 30K originally was. It was just 7th edition 40K, just Space Marines.
yeah,
So, yeah, I guess it would make more sense if it's just stayed in its own little bubble.
yeah. I think it makes it special and allows for more granularity and the semi like the more tactical stuff from 7th like armor facings and blast weapons. I think that would fit more in this kind of game. So yeah, I hope
Mm.
they get some of that and remove some other dumb stuff like the weapon skill chart needs to go away. The strength chart needs to go away. Like dumb stuff like that.
But that's what makes 7th edition. All the
Yeah.
little minute rules.
But that's the thing. I know minute rules. I don't like dumb rules.
I have
So
a question for you.
yeah.
Does 30K have Titans? Or no?
Knights?
No. 30K.
Like knights? Like knight titans or like big titans?
Uh, yeah, let's say Knights.
Yeah, they do have knights. There's actually a knight list in
Mm.
30K.
Yeah, see, that's some. I was like, that's what made 7th really unfun was like all the super heavies that started getting introduced.
Right, and actually a lot of events, not I'm not to say a lot, but a good amount of events actually ban the Questoris household, it's just the Imperial Knight list because it's just kind of unfun where you either smash it or you don't. Like my White Scars list will destroy knights, but like my Thousand Suns list that I usually play would get smashed by knights just because I don't have too many anti super heavies. While my White Scars list has like a million melta bombs and has a 2-up jinx save. So
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
but yeah, it is annoying to face the super heavies, the super heavy lists. Having one super heavy isn't too bad, but having a list of it can get really annoying.
Well, I'd have to look at the missions, but we can move on from good old 30k onto Underworlds. I was right. It was an ogre.
And I was also right because they're pirates.
True.
So you got a pirate ogre.
Uh, Not too much to say. I mean, it's Underworlds.
Yeah,
Obviously, the last ogre guy was just an ogre with noblings, and this kind of just seems to be the same, but with pirate themed animals.
right. And it's cool. Like there's the monkey is a dope. That's like Crabnose level of coolness.
I'm sure chat was going crazy.
Oh yeah, monkey versus crab.
Just think of
But
the battles.
but yeah, this I mean they're really pushing the whole, we've done all the armies, so here's some random stuff that doesn't really fit anywhere. And I'm all for it. This ogre looks super cool. The monkey looks super cool. The Noblars with the peg leg and the rope, super cool. The parrot, that bring it on. Very curious to see what else they're gonna have. They
Uh,
did not release a roadmap.
no, they did not. I was shocked.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they didn't want to really. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. They kept to this schedule, I believe, or this year.
Yeah, maybe they'll do it for next year because they usually don't release a war. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this. I could be totally missing, like spreading misinformation, but I don't think they released new war bands before the new year. So I
Yeah,
think they'll save that in 2022.
maybe they released it like in January or February. I don't remember when they released that roadmap. So maybe it's just too early to see what the roadmap is.
Right.
But yeah, so that's Warcry. We just got a new warband. Unfortunately, no roadmap. But moving on, Blood Bowl, no plastic Tomb King. So I really don't care. But
I will.
what I do find interesting in their new map.
Yes. I do find that curious that it's a board game rather than Blood Bowl. So it's like a dungeon crawler thing map.
It's the undergrounds.
Yeah, because it's more than just a Blood Bowl game because there's like treasure. I mean, it is because you score touchdowns and stuff, but I think it's like first touchdown wins or something from
Hmm.
what the stream. And but there's like treasure, there's traps, there's all this cool stuff. And this is kind of neat. Like if I was forced to play Blood Bowl, I would probably do this instead because it's definitely way more interesting.
Right. Of
I
course.
don't like how the teams are mixed, or maybe I just don't like the composition. Like the bad guy team, which are the elves and the Skaven, that's actually kind of neat. But the Noblars and dwarves are kind of sorry, Noblars, ogres, and dwarves are kind of like
I
don't
mean,
need.
they're all mountain folk. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's true. But yeah, it's kind of so yeah,
Yeah, I don't have too much to say because I really don't care.
still waiting for Tomb Kings.
Plastic Tube Kings. Let's
Yep,
go. Get on it.
yep,
But
yep, yep.
yeah, there's that. Blood Bowl, be happy. You guys got another expansion for your game.
Yep.
So moving on from that, AOS. This is what I did not call. Maggotkin gets a new character and battle tome.
Yes, Maggotkin.
Uh, yeah, I would have thought it would have been. What did I say? I said ogres because
Yes.
I was
Dwarves.
banking on Kragnos or whatever the heck that guy's name is.
Oh, the pirate guy. Yeah.
No.
Oh, the god guy.
The god.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay.
That's who I was banking on, but looks like Nurgle is still getting more favor out of this. by getting their book and a new model, which I like that insect head. I don't know why, just do.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, a Nurgle. People are saying like, "Oh, why doesn't Nurgle get a huge range of models?" And I kind of thought about it, and they got a lot of stuff during End Times. Like, if you look at the picture they have in the article, if you take away the Plague Bearers and the Great Unclean One, everything else kind of come out on. Sorry, take out the Plague Bearers, the drones, and the Great Unclean One. Everything else kind of came out during End Times. You got the Glotkin, which is apparently the renaming. So they talk about a Lord of Loci of Fecundity, and I think they're just renaming the Glotkin into that. And yeah, your Blight Lords, and you got your the giant mount in the back. I mean, that came out during End Times. I mean, I believe the drones did as well. That was part of it. Maybe I'm wrong. But they got a lot of stuff during End Times. They got those monsters and
Yeah, well,
characters.
basically anything that's a monster was end times.
Yeah. So Nurgle actually is pretty fleshed out as a range, kind of like Corn. Corn in AOS has a lot of models. Now, could they use new models? Yeah, it'd be cool, but it wasn't like Zinch or Slanesh pre AOS where they just kind of didn't have anything. So yeah, having updated rules is neat, and having a new character never hurts. I would rather they release another human unit. I think for the longest time, Nurgle players have been asking for like another mortal unit, because right now you only have the Fly Riders and the Blight Kings. So
Right.
but I mean, updated rules is always good for a new edition. So
Mm-hmm.
not complaining. I don't think it's excuse me, it's a waste or anything. I think it's neat.
Well, more is always good. Always gotta change up the meta. I do. No, I disagree. Okay. I don't think they. I don't think Nurgle really needs any new units or anything.
Mhm, fair.
Because I feel like the past 2, 3 years, Nurgle and Slanesh have been getting like all the love, with a little bit of Zinch in there, and then Korn is that stepchild that everyone ignores.
I mean, Corn was the red-headed stepchild that got like a huge inheritance and just kind of nothing after that. Because when AOS began, Corn had a huge range of mortals and demons, but they have gotten pretty much nothing. Well, they got like the terrain piece, the endless prayers, and an updated Herald and updated Skull Taker. But that's kind of it. While as Slanesh, Zinj, and Nurgle have gotten lots of new units.
Well, the thing is also like Korn was always very popular
Right,
in
right.
40k
That's very,
and
very true.
fantasy uh before end times.
Yeah, Corn Demonkin was a thing.
Yeah. So I feel like Korn needs to finally rise up. Maybe with the rumors of World Eaters being announced next year, will
Oh yes,
probably spike up the Korn line.
yes, please.
But yeah, congratulations, Nurgle players! You got a new model to deal with and a bughead. So moving on from that, Warcry. We pretty much called this the
Yeah,
two-player
pretty
starter
obvious.
set, and we finally get the range of models and the terrain. So Red Harvest looks like a
Not on your rule set.
not
Pointed
a
out.
new rule set. I didn't expect it to be a new rule set. I expected it to just be old Warcry with another mission book, kind of like Catacombs.
Yeah. What do you think of the box?
Um, it kind of looks like Necromunda, you know, set in the old ages with the terrain.
Yeah, it definitely has those vibes. Actually, a lot of Necromunda. There's the comedic hashtag. Every model is a Necromunda model,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, dude, corpse starch factory done for the terrain," which that totally works. Works out well for Necro.
Yeah. It's fine for um, it's fine for the setting that they're going with.
Yeah.
The models though. I must say, I really enjoy the spider guys.
I'm sure you would.
I
They
think
seem
they
pretty.
are my favorite aspect of this
Yeah.
box. It's just, it's something with these weird uh, chaos cults in AOS that are just so good. Like, uh, this whole spider theme, very cool. I'm glad it's not an army or anything, even though, this would probably make a pretty badass army.
I mean, I'm a broken record at this point saying this every time we talk about Warcry and Underworlds, but again, this just highlights why these two games are cool because you can make random stuff that would be risky financially to do a whole army of, but makes sense as just a single release, and you can do something really interesting. Like the spider guys, very cool, very unique. I like that guy who was throwing a javelin. That's pretty cool. I mean, the leader is dope. There's the different cultists with this with the claws coming right out of the head. Just in time for Spider-Man No Way Home.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys I enjoyed. And as predictable, yeah, I was not a fan of the army that they're going against.
Oh,
But
the Marauders.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
actually I actually really like the Marauders. Just because there's a lot of the weird stuff in Warcry, and at this point, I think it's a theme in AOS in general. Like ever since AOS came out, like it's very high fantasy, and there's a lot of really fantastical out there elements in AOS that the regular Joe Schmoes and Jane Does kind of look unique now. That's like the fact that these guys are just normal and can fit in old world, or even not even old world. Like these guys could fit in Frostgrave or something, some low fantasy
These guys can go
anywhere.
pretty much in any game.
Yeah, and that to me is charming, and actually would pick them up. I'm not gonna pick up the box set because I'm not a fan. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of the terrain. I don't hate it, but it doesn't really interest me in terms of having it on my tables.
Right.
But like once these guys come out on their own, I'm probably gonna pick them up because they are definitely, again, like I said, they're unique. They're unique in that they're not unique.
I'm with you, but on the opposite end, I'm picking up the spider guys because they're unique and I like the aesthetic.
Fair, 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 fair.
But yeah, I agree with you on the fact that I don't need the terrain or the
Hmm.
book or anything. I'm not. I can save my $200 this time because
Right.
because unlike with catacombs, I actually liked both armies. This one, I just like the one. So,
Yeah, makes sense.
and I mean, I can only pray that these guys come out as fast as the catacomb guys did on their own.
That'll be awesome.
Because they came out 2 weeks after the box had been released.
Yeah, it was something. It was less than a month. It was like a month or less, something like that. It was very fast turnaround.
Oh yeah, and that's what I'm hoping with these guys. But and then we'll get to that later. But yeah, so these are coming, which is predictable.
Yeah,
We did call this. I was hoping for more war bands, but it doesn't look like we got that.
yeah. Nothing really interesting in terms of mechanics from what they said on the stream. So I mean, it's just more of the same, which in this case is good. I mean, more of the same is not always a bad thing. I mean, yeah, this
Well,
is cool.
don't fix a broke system, right?
Or other, yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's not broke, yeah. If it's not broken, you don't need to fix it.
Yeah, I probably totally missaid that line.
I get what you mean.
But yeah, I'm happy for this, and like I said, I've always praised Warcry. I've denounced Warcry a few times too, but when it comes to the little war bands that were made for the game, I think it works great.
Yep.
But that's enough gushing over that. Next up we got the predictable thing, the Custodies versus Gene Stealer cult, which means the leak so far has been accurate 100% of the time. at least for the rest of this year.
Yup. Which Chaos and Eldar, let's go.
So Shadow Throne. So, as we saw earlier this week, or last week, I should say, we got the Custodian. Not too much more to say on that because we've already given our thoughts on that leaked image. And we got the new Gene Stealer cult member, which going by an article I saw, he throws that remote mine 24 inches and does some major damage.
Yeah.
I think this is fine. I think maybe the Custodians should have gotten a little bit more to steal away from the Forge World monopoly.
Are we talking about the rules as well?
No. I'm just talking about models.
Oh yeah.
So I think Custodians should have gotten a little bit more models out of it. Gene Stealer Cult, they're fine because when they got released, they got basically two parts to their release. So I think they're in a good spot. They just need their rules tweaked so that they're better. And I don't believe we got anything else for 40K, right? Besides, the announcement of the books.
Yep.
So,
I mean, I don't know how I feel about the Gene Stealer character because Gene Stealer cults have like a billion characters already, so another one to me isn't as interesting. I mean, the rules look interesting once you talk about that, but it's just another character in an army with a million characters. I think it would be more interesting if they had a unit, but yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I mean, I don't play Gene Stealer cults, so I don't really have a stake in it, but yeah, I doesn't scream doesn't pique my interest, this character. I mean, if she came out at the second wave when they barely had characters, yeah, super cool. But right now, when they released a bunch of characters in that second wave of Gene Stealer cults, it just feels kind of redundant from a design army design space perspective, in my opinion.
yeah, well, I mean, that's unfortunately what I see is if you're not going to get any new models to your army, expect to be put in a 2-player box set and get one new character. That's
Right.
what you're gonna get.
Yep.
So I would probably expect it with Tau, given the fact that the only thing that leak hinted at was a new Dark Strider model. But I'm trying
Yeah.
to think who or what army they'd be fighting, because Chaos and Eldar would be off the table, and possibly Tyranids in
Oh,
terms of
so
getting their new models.
okay, if it was Tyranids, Tyranids need more than just a character. I don't know. Good question. Maybe
The
what are the
only ones I can think of right now is IG Harlequins.
you know what it could be?
Hmm.
It's either Harlequins or a Space Marine supplement, like like Ultramarines or White Scars or Raven Guard or something, where they get a character and their supplement.
I aren't all the Space Marine supplements already out?
No, not the minor chapter ones, like White Scars, Ultramarines, Iron Hand, Salamanders, and Raven Guard. They still have their edition supplements. The big boys like Black Templars, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Dark Angels, Death Watch, they got theirs for ninth, but not the other guys.
Okay, I see. I thought all Space Marines were already done. Okay. Um. Yeah. Well, I could do just a random Space Marine. Honestly, I hope not, because it's just gonna be a lieutenant.
Like White Scars Lieutenant, ugh, that would suck.
I mean, that's the meme, right? Everything's just a lieutenant.
It is the meme. But yeah, I don't know.
Would be Harlequins. Could get another character. That'd be cool.
I would I would probably think Harlequins. It'd be weird, but you know,
Yeah, because IG and Tyranids need a bigger release than that. So
I agree. I mean, there was in the rumors there was something like two new regiments or something like that.
yeah, for guard. So
Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, there wasn't much information in the leaks other than Dark Strider, so
right.
trying to think who came out with it. Oh, it was the Grey Knights versus Thousand Suns, who got the revamped character. What's his name? Catherine Crow or something.
Yeah, Castle and Crow.
So yeah, it'll probably be something like that. But moving on, to other news. Warhammer Plus on Warhammer Day, we're giving out. You have a chance to get 2 weeks free of Warhammer Plus. So this would be mainly addressed to people like me, who don't want to pay for anything right now, but we can get a taste of the Warhammer Plus for 2 weeks. I want to say
Yeah.
2 weeks free until I don't remember when this thing ends. November 7th. So that's how long you have to get 2 weeks free of Warhammer Plus. And I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really tell you the process. It's there. It's there in the article. It'll be in the link in the description. But might be a good time to do it now.
Yeah, man, it doesn't hurt, right? Here's a promo. I mean,
Well, I mean, because they're doing something. The last article I put on in our schedule here, because I just saw it.
yeah. I'll say my thoughts when we reach the article. But for now, Warhammer Plus has a demo. So
Oh
if you're on the
well,
fence or just curious, feel free to check it out.
we're gonna talk about that right now.
Oh.
So Warhammer Plus people, right now, I believe, will get vouchers from today to the 28th of November. Now, make of it as you will. Still a lot of money you got to spend to get a voucher.
Yeah, it's a whole buy two Titans, get one. Sorry, buy four Titans, get one free. I mean, yes, you're saving 2 grand if you spend 8 grand, which is, yeah, you're saving money, but the buy-in is damn high. So
Yeah. I mean, it's cool if you're. I mean, it's genius of what they're doing here.
yeah, it's literally just free.
Because
Oh,
this because November has Black Friday and Cyber Monday on it. This is the best time to, spend all that money and get the vouchers.
right.
So it's genius marketing, but still, unless you're really planning on spending this much money, you're probably not gonna get too much returns out of it.
Right.
But the option is there, so if you want to wait till the 7th to buy it, you'll have 2 weeks. So to enjoy Warhammer Plus and get your free vouchers if you're planning on spending a lot of money this month.
Right.
What did you want to say about it? I know
I
you.
think oh, I think this and the demo thing just kind of demonstrate, and some other stuff too, just kind of shows me that Games Workshop was expecting more from Warhammer Plus in terms of people getting it. I mean, I enjoy my Warhammer Plus subscription. I have no buyer's remorse. I'm enjoying the content they put out, and I can't wait for my Vindicar. But and I think it's doing well. I think a lot of people do enjoy it. But yeah, I think Games Workshop was hoping this to be some groundbreaking, revolutionary thing that every hobbyist will get, but it's not because for a variety of reasons, lack of content, even more lack of content. It's literally that. There's just not enough right now to really justify everyone getting it. Again, we did the math before. If you price the Vindicare at or the Orc at $35, you're spending not a lot of money. It's like $3 a month monthly for the videos. But if you don't want those models and you're just there for the shows, it's not that worth it if you really look into it. And
Well,
again, I think Games Workshop wanted more people to jump on it as soon as possible.
they just they just didn't have enough at launch. They should have really had those. They should have had half those shows done, and then they could have done their weekly thing going off. But they should have
Yeah.
had half those shows done. I mean, realistically, the only show they have done is Astartes, if I recall correctly. And the only reason we don't have, I'm speculating here, just so everyone knows. The only reason we don't have Astartes on Warhammer Plus is I guarantee they ran into a licensing problem with the music, and they are currently just uh, scoring the entire series.
Oh yeah, because the original Astartes is up, but the new one isn't, and it should be.
Right, exactly. I mean, I believe you guys just got the first episode of Astartes.
Yeah, the one that was already out, the one from YouTube. It's there. I mean, it looks cool. I watched it with my dad last night, and it was great. But
Yeah, but I
it's just
watched the
not,
video on it on YouTube, and compared to the original to the new one that they have, I mean, they rescored the entire thing.
which they had to, right? Because of copyright.
I assume it was a licensing thing.
Yeah.
It's a stupid business out there. But you gotta protect the artists.
Right.
So
But yeah, there's not enough. This goes back to there's not enough content. Like, yeah, you're right. The new Astartes should have been out by now.
well, no,
And
not just the newest Astartes. I'm talking about just the oldest Astartes.
oh
Oldest
yeah,
Astartes should be out.
yeah, should have been out at launch. Plus, a bunch of other things should have been out at launch.
Yeah. It's sad to say. That's but the problem with the Astartes is they're what 5 minutes long. The original.
Yeah, so the new one isn't that long. It's like a 30-minute, 30-minute thing. I mean,
Mm,
you need more than that, man, if you want a streaming service thing.
yeah. Well, I mean, they can't. The reason they can't do the Disney Plus model is because they have nothing. So,
Right.
but yeah. So I think that is it in terms of. Sorry, put that in twice. That is it in terms of Warhammer Day. So, final thoughts.
Not disappointed, not hype. Kind of like cool. Even the con, I'm like cool. That's awesome.
A lot of it wasn't for me, so
Yeah.
it's more of I'm happy things are coming to the place. Nothing's dead. It's more of I mean, I really can't blame GW for this, but it's more of the getting the products out.
Yeah, because it's the end of the year, and they really historically don't really tease things for the next year until it's already the next year. So, with some exceptions, of course. But
Well, I'm talking about like the shipping crisis and everything like that.
right, and plus on top of that,
Yeah, but I still stand by, and I will be a broken record on this. Every book should have been out by now. Digital age, no excuse.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that is that. I thought Warhammer Day was meh. I enjoyed the Warcry, and I'd say that's about it. Because like I said, I was really hyped about the Spider People. Everything else was whatever, you know. I knew about the 40k. I don't play any of those armies. AOS, don't play that army.
I mean, I play Custodies, and I'm not really excited about the new guy. I think
Well,
because
that's because you own everything except for the new guy.
they released his rules today, and he doesn't really do anything different from what the army does. Like he has different kinds of attacks. He has some bonuses in close combat, but at the end of the day, he's just a melee beat stick. And Custodians is an army of melee beat sticks. So it doesn't
Yeah.
really do anything interesting in terms of army design space. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know,
Well, you want to go
like,
over that
yeah, like
really fast?
what's up?
I said you want to go over that really fast?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, let's go over the custody. So we got his sword, +2, AP4, 2 damage. It's so it's basically a monster killer.
You got the monster killer. You got the melee one where he gets 2 attacks, so he rolls 12 attacks or something. And then you got the anti-character one.
Yeah, so he's got three weapon profiles for his one weapon. Character,
Yeah.
hordes, and monsters.
I mean, it's cool. You know, it's special. But
True.
again, mechanically, if you look at the army as a whole, he doesn't really offer much that the army already doesn't do. And I think that's why he's just kind of boring. Like in a vacuum, he's cool, but again, in an army of melee beat sticks, he doesn't stand out, in my opinion. You know, like
Well,
he
it's
has a
another character for you to reroll wounds, right? It's a lieutenant.
no, he just kills things. I don't think he offers that much buffs.
Oh,
He just kills things in close combat. I mean, yeah, and yeah, we haven't seen the codex yet, so we don't know what the rest of the army does. But I don't think they're gonna make Custodies as an army not melee beat sticks because that's kind of what they are in the lore in a fight. So I think that's gonna stay as a theme for the army. And again, this guy is just more of that.
right.
I would rather have something like a ranged character, like some Sagittarum or something, or maybe a new Terminator character, because right now we just have the HQ. I mean, the shield captain and Terminator armor. Maybe we could have a new Sisters character to coincide with how Sisters are not part of the Custodies list.
Yeah,
But
that is new, right? They weren't a part of it at first.
yes, actually, yeah, that is a big deal for the army that Sisters of Silence are not part of Custodies 30k style. But again, yeah, that could have been an opportunity to release a new Sisters character.
Well,
But
well, it'd be
yeah,
interesting if they got new models as well, but
right, right.
or not new models, new units.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm just not as interested in him. Like the Gene Stealer girl looks really fun. Again, like criticism aside, where it's another character in an army of characters, but we're an army of a lot of characters. Excuse me, but at least she's interesting. She has some cool rules where she can make bombs and traps and all that, and has a lot of hiding mechanics, which the army doesn't really have a lot of. It doesn't have another unit that could throw bombs or set demo charges or anything. So she brings something interesting to the force in contrast to the guy with sword.
Well, if Greg was here, he'd be able to go more in depth. But
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it they're just in a bad spot because they're just overpriced. Like Craft World Eldar, you know,
Yeah,
all the aspect wares overpriced for what they do.
yeah. And then the codex could fix that,
Yeah, then I mean I'm sure that's what Gene Stealer cult players are hoping for
Yeah.
because all they got really is that one is the gimmick of hiding your army,
Right.
which is that's about it.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll see what the third iteration of Gene Stealer cults brings. Or is it the fourth? I don't really remember.
I think it's third, but yeah.
Yeah, third. So that is that. And then last but not least, we have our Sunday preview,
Yes.
which we can just quickly go over. So already,
it is shocking that people are about to say Warcry is going to be out with the moment they previewed it.
I was shocked to see that Warcry Red Harvest was already gonna be available for pre-order this weekend. So I mean, we've already said our piece on this.
Yeah, going to $10 is the price.
Yikes, expensive for me.
Expensive. I mean, if you like everything in there, it's great. But if you don't, it's like I don't, you don't. Pretty steep.
Yes. We got DLC 2 book Warzone Octarius.
Yeah, interesting. We're gonna get they haven't announced this before, so it is kind of out of nowhere. We're getting a supplement for Blood Axes, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
We're getting reprints of not reprints. We're gonna get the Kill Team Rogue Trader or the Rogue Trader rules updated for 9th edition. So yeah, that's cool.
Oh, good. So I can actually bring those guys in now.
Yes.
Have them do nothing. Perfect.
Other than nothing. Watch them be OP.
If only. We're also getting another Crusade book. Mission pack book. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, good for the people who like. Someone I'm sure likes this stuff because they keep releasing it. And again, Crusade is a neat idea.
I know someone who was in a Crusade campaign, so
There we go.
I know there are people out there who play it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's awesome.
Yep, and then moving on, dice are whatever. Don't bother with it, honestly. Sisters comic books also there. Necromunda, finally getting the bits for Cawdor.
Yes, you got some upgrades.
So this would be the end of the Necromunda for the rest of the year.
Right, and yeah, everything's covered now.
Yep. Then we're getting the Cawdor Master Blaster combo. Yeah. Watch Mad Max Thunderdome.
So cool. So cool.
And we're also getting some more. This is a re-release, right? This is an old character.
Yeah, we talked about him a while ago. He never came out.
Oh.
So he's finally out.
Well, there we go. Finally coming out.
And I think he's plastic.
Thank God.
The Big Shambler isn't. Yeah, his paint scheme looks plastic compared to the Mad Max guy who looks resin. Well, looks like a 40-year-old paint scheme.
Well, I'm happy. I'll probably pick them up, add them to the collection.
There we go.
But not this year, because I can't buy any more models.
Yes.
So next time.
Next time.
We're getting the Murder Crows.
Yeah, neat.
These were the. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Sheen Birds. These were in Eisenhorn, right? No, Ravener, book 1, right? These little birds that just go around murdering people.
I've not read Ravenor, so you tell me.
I think they are. I might be getting them confused with something else, but yeah, these fit the description.
If they are, that's cool. A minor piece of lore that's in model form. So
yeah, kind of neat. It's a bunch of birds that crash into a ship and start cutting up everything.
Nice.
Hate the books, but it's a cool scene. Blood Bowl. We're finally getting the Corn Berserkers. And pretty much the entire Corn line that they've been teasing for the last 2 months.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is weird, isn't it?
But, huh?
It's weird, isn't it? That like all this stuff they've announced like so long ago finally coming out.
This team was new actually, the Blood Bowl team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like we knew about these guys like 2 or 3 months ago.
I think there was a minor teaser for them, and they finally were revealed as a whole recently. But yeah,
got the Corn Gores. Yeah, I remember talking about them. Talk about them last month. We got that one model. I don't remember what it's called. The one with the tail.
Smashing the elf. Yeah. Skila Angfrim or whatever, which is an AOS character in plastic because he used to be resin. So
yeah, so I remember talking about him. Yeah, so we're finally getting the Corn Army. Well, people who like Blood Bowl are getting the Corn Army finally.
Yay.
And I think that is it. And then the Blood Bowl expansion stuff. Black Library, we got What is this? Dawn of Fire.
Yeah, the Space Wolf
Yep.
stuff.
And Wolf Time coming to audiobook as well. And the last one, Gaunt's Ghost, Siege of Terra. Oh, wait, that's not that. Advent Calendar. Sorry.
Yeah, that features some Gaunt's Ghost and Siege of Terra, Dawn of Hearts. Yeah, well, this is neat. The little cards.
It's just what, little pictures, little
Yeah,
art covers.
it just covers of the of some of the novels. So yeah, that's cool for the people who like it.
I think I like this better than the Chibi Space Marines.
Oh man, that was silly. That was very good
Yeah.
for you if you like those, but I am not one of them.
And then last but not least, the Warhammer Plus, getting episode 6 of Angels of Death.
Yeah, halfway there. Still haven't watched it. I'm gonna watch it all at once.
Yeah, I'll probably just wait. But yeah, that was pretty action-packed for Warhammer side.
Mm-hmm.
You said you had Star Wars Legion news.
Yes, major update. The yearly update dropped for Star Wars Legion, and lots of points changes, lots of nerfs, lots of huge buffs. Let me pull the article.
Yeah, send me that article.
Yeah. Let me get the rules. But yeah. So to start, you want to go points? You want to go rules changes?
Whatever you want to start with.
Let's
You've got the
do
article.
let's do points.
Okay.
Oh gosh, where is this? Oh my gosh, it's on the website. Oh yes, it is. Here we go. Legion errata. So I'll just pull the errata because it's the one where they changed a lot of the card rules. So big thing with points. You know what? I'll just go by faction. They'll make more sense.
Sure.
So let's start with let's do nerfs first. So Republic got hit pretty bad. So clone blobs have been dominating the meta for quite a bit.
Okay.
And you get some big changes here. So first off, their snipers lose the critical rule. So the critical rule in Legion is if you roll a surge value on your dice, it becomes a crit. You get one crit. So clone snipers had that, which made them really good against vehicles because crits go through armor, and the snipers also get lethal, which lets you pierce. So essentially, you're getting an ignores armor crit on a vehicle, which lets them plink vehicles and just tear through cover. So they lost that, and did not get a points reduction. So pretty expensive. The let's see what else is here. Oh, big change is clone troopers can only share one token per attack or defense roll. So for listeners who don't know, clone troopers can share tokens of clones nearby. So if another unit aims and they don't use that aim token, another clone trooper unit next to them gets to use that. So now you can only use that once for activation, because before what people would do is they would aim or dodge with a bunch of clones, and when a unit gets hit, they would just use all the tokens nearby. So if you had four squads of clones, and two of them had dodge tokens, and one of them got shot, then you would be able to share to ignore two hits with the dodge. And if you had surge tokens, which phase twos get by default, then you have lots of defensive benefits there as well. So that's a huge nerf. So it does hurt clone blobs a bit, but I think it just forces clone players like myself to think differently when it comes to list building. Like I really want to run an Anakin list because typically a competitive clone list would not have any Jedi because you would just want more clone troopers to spread the tokens around. But again, this allows people to really experiment more with clone lists. In terms of more points, a lot of the heavy weapons got points reductions, especially for the phase 1 squad, which wasn't really seeing as much play as phase 2's, which is kind of superior. But now that phase 1's, whose main spiel is that they have more variety in special weapons, those reductions in the special weapons a could see them more on the table again, and more varied lists for clones. Um, Clone vehicles got or support vehicles got points cut. So this clone speeder and the clone ATRT, which is the mini walker, got some points reductions. We may see them more in play, especially the speeder. I think the speeder now that arc troopers are really expensive and got some nerfs, we may just see bark speeders if you need a bunch of activations that don't cost as much as a full squad on the table. I'm experimenting with list building with triple barks, triple arcs, and like Yoda, and just some clones. So we'll see where that goes. Same for the ATRT. I mean, the ATRT is still kind of expensive, even though it's a vehicle.
Mhm.
But we'll see. We'll see. R2D2 also got again another points increase. I think the past 3 rules updates, R2D2 got a points increase because she's so good. But overall, clones definitely got a nerf. Now I don't think they're terrible. I think they still have a lot of play, especially with Jedi. So actually, speaking of Jedi, Anakin got a new rule. So one of his command cards gives him a permanent rule. It gives him defend 1, and that rule is if a unit receives an order, it gets a free dodge token. And Jedi love dodge tokens, since it's a dodge token essentially lets them up their save from a 4 up to a 3 up when they're getting hit, and lets them deflect hits back. So giving an Anakin a source of free dodges is a pretty huge buff. And again, coupled with a nerf to Captain Rex Death Stars, we may really see more Anakins on the table. And hopefully Yoda when he comes out, because once again Yoda is delayed to January.
Lucky
Like
you.
it's kind of ridiculous. What's up?
So lucky you.
It's so ridiculous. Like, and this is why, like, tangent, but I'm glad Games Workshop does like a 1 or 2 week pre-order, because if you paid for Yoda when he was supposed to come out in like October, you're gonna get shafted because been delayed like 3 or 4 times now. So that's just unfortunate for Yoda fans like myself, but oh well. So again, overall, nerf to clone blobs, but will see more interesting and varied clone lists. Now for droids, for separatists, Grievous got huge points cuts. He got like 15 points off his main points costs, and his gun upgrade got some reduction as well. Now I don't know if this is gonna if he's gonna replace the cheap droid commanders, but at least he has some play now. Where if you want to try to make Grievous work, you're in a better spot rather than just not leaving him on the shelf, because Dooku and the nameless droid commanders were just so useful, especially with the new super tactical droid commander coming out now. We'll see if this is enough if for Grievous to be competitive, but at least it helps. Interestingly, battle droid squads got a points increased for the naked squad, but a points decrease for the special weapons. So essentially, if you take special weapons on your droids, you won't see any increases. In fact, some of the special weapons like the radiation cannon got a huge point cut. But it's a slight nerf to naked battle droid squads, which you would see a lot of just to fulfill your troops tax, so you could take more vehicles.
Mhm.
So actually coupled this with the droid tank got a slight points increase, which is 5 points, but Legion's not a very 800 points is the main game. And combining the droid increase, the naked B1 squad increase with the tank increase, we may see less double tank lists that are super powerful. There was that. Super Battle Droid missile. So Super Battle Droids have a missile upgrade, and that got a slight points increase. I don't know why. Um, I guess they just didn't think that was balanced. I don't know. Not a big comment on that. It's a minor points increase. I don't really know what it's for. Count Dooku got a slight points decrease. which I think he used to be really good, but Darth Maul just did his job better, which is being a Jedi. I mean, Dooku does have a lot of control play, but so does Maul. I mean, Dooku's control play is a lot of movement shenanigans, while Maul's control play is more like, I'm Darth Maul is right here and he can jump over walls and kill you if you don't deal with him, kind of thing. So watch out. So we may see more Dooku now. And I could see droid players debating if they want Dooku or Maul on their list instead of just like picking Maul because he's just better. Let's see, Cad Bane, which I forgot existed, got a points decrease. So, I mean, I never really watched his episodes in Clone Wars, nor do I care about his rules. So, no real comments there because he just does not interest me. Yeah, some minor point changes on stats and droid because I don't think it's anything that's gonna change. I mean, the spider droids are coming out soon, which, as
Will
we
be
talked last
game
time,
changer.
yeah, they're a huge game changer. So I'm not sure if these slight like Droidica's got a minor point decrease, but I don't know if that's if that's enough for people to take them instead of the spider droids in a competitive setting. Now, if you like Droidicas, it's always good because it's a minor buff, right? But again, in a tournament setting, spider droids are just way better. So that's it for droids. So overall, I don't think it's gonna. I think it's just gonna change list composition. I don't think it's gonna make them less powerful overall as a faction in the way clones got nerfed overall. But there's that. Now for the fun stuff. Rebel Alliance. So Han Solo got a bunch of new rules. Well, he got a new rule and a change to an old rule. So Han Solo, first off, he gets the steady rule. So every time he move, so if after he finishes a move, he gets to perform a free shoot attack action with his gun, and that's pretty cool because especially because Han Solo has a range 2 pistol. Now it's 2 red with Pierce, so it will kill stuff, but it was really hampered by the range 2. So now that he gets to shoot while moving, I think that's a huge buff to him, and I'm actually gonna run him with Luke and Chewbacca in the competitive setting, and we'll see how that goes. Another change is so low profile as a rule got changed. So low profile is a rule present right now on Han Solo, Scout Troopers, and Rebel Snipers. Sorry, Rebel Commandos, which you could give snipers to. And what it used to do is it just improved your cover by 1. So, but in Star Wars Legion, your cover can never improve by 2, which is heavy cover. So if you're in light cover, or sorry, if you're in heavy cover and have low profile and a suppression token, you still only cancel a maximum of 2 hits. However, now what's up?
Okay.
Yeah, so they changed low profile. So low profile now says if you're in cover, you cancel an extra hit. So it's technically not cover 3, but it kind of functions like it. So if you're in heavy cover and you block 2 hits, low profile also kicks in and blocks an extra hit. So now Han Solo, in heavy cover, and same with Scout Troopers and Rebel Commandos, cancel 3 hits, not counting criticals, which, canceling a hit for free is pretty powerful.
Yeah,
So
it
this
seems pretty
definitely,
broken.
it's pretty good, right? Yeah. Now, thankfully, all those units I mentioned have white saves, which is a 6-up. But yeah, that's pretty strong, and and thankfully those units aren't very powerful in the current meta. Like no one runs full scout blobs, no one runs full rebel commando blobs. People do run the snipers, but right now they're the scout and rebel commando snipers are kind of outshone by the droid and clone snipers. But now with the clone nerf and with the low profile change, I could see them getting some more play. Um, and I'm not sure if Empire has the change too, but
Come on, we gotta give me the good guys here.
well, not yet. We're gonna get them in a bit. But Rebel, I was gonna check if the Scout Trooper demo got a points decrease, but I don't think it did. But the Rebel Commando Strike team got a decrease if you take the demolition charge. So with a low profile hit, I think I could see triple Sabs coming back where you have 3 mini squads throwing charges everywhere. That should
Mhm.
be kind of fun. R2D2 once again went up in points, so now he's like 60 with 55 points, which is pretty expensive. R2 used to be an auto include, but now you kind of really have to think if you want him in your list or not, which I think is a good place to be. I think he was way too prevalent in Republic and Rebels. Jyn Erso and Leia got points decreases. Kind of nice if you like those characters. I mean, competitively, I think the Rebel officer is just way cheaper than Leia for what she can bring to the table. Same with Jyn, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see some lists with Leia now that she got a point decrease, and with Jyn. Um, that's pretty much it. Some minor points increases and decreases to stuff like Pathfinders, the land speeder, which is the mini one, and party bus got some point decreases because fun fact for Legion meta, the party bus was actually dominating the meta for the past month or so. People just jamming Wookiees in there and throwing them at the enemy. So lots of point increases for the trucks upgrades and the truck drivers. It's still really good, but I don't think it's I don't think it's going to be as meta defining as it was the past month or so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for Rebels. Now for the good guys, the Empire.
Empire, let's go.
So Dewback's got a point decrease. I think that's really going to help if you like Dewbacks. Speeder bikes, ATST, and the tank got a minor points decrease, which is always welcome. Now, is it gonna make these? Is it gonna turn them from just an okay unit to a competitive unit? I don't know. I don't think so. But it definitely hurts less taking them now, and I do think you can make competitive lists built around them. Boba Fett point decrease. I mean, yay, kind of cute. Boba Fett is kind of hard to play at the moment. I mean, bounty hunters in general. Well, that's a lot. I think Bosk is pretty powerful, but Boba Fett really requires some skill to use effectively. Now, if you do have that skill, he's pretty powerful, but he is a scalpel. Palpatine and Royal Guard got some decreases. Again, same for the ATST, I think, where it's not a huge deal unless you build unless you like Palpatine and you build a list around him and try to make it work. And that's just a good, that's just good for you. Not to mention with the force speed coming out soon.
So
Um,
how cheap are we talking, Palpatine?
10 points. 10 points. Royal Guard got a 10 point decrease from the full squad. So if you combine them all, it's like a 20 something point decrease if you take Palpatine and Royal Guard, which you should anyway. If you take Palpatine, so it's not huge, but I mean that's like a heavy weapon for your stormtroopers, 20 something points.
True.
Um, the gunship got a points decrease, 15 points. And I think it could work now because the gunship used to be not really as powerful as people thought it was because it was just kind of expensive for what it did. But now, you got a 15-point decrease plus a 4 to 5 point decrease on some pilots. I think you could again that's a 20-point swing in some lists. So it's more heavy weapons or more upgrades for your squads. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Krennic got a point decrease, 15 points. Death Troopers as well. So Death Troopers have an upgrade where it gives their guns additional fire modes. So that upgrade is essentially free now. So there's no reason not to take it. And I think that could push Death Troopers into a competitive into being more competitive because they were just too expensive for what they did, especially because they just died to Pierce, which snipers have. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But I do think that if you like Death Troopers and Krennic, you can make a pretty competitive list with them right now. Scout Troopers and some minor points decreases for like Shore Trooper special weapons and General Veers.
I'm surprised shore troopers are getting decreased in points. I thought they were like dominating the meta.
They did, but they got a points increase in the past few months and have fallen off to elite to like Stormtrooper squads. And Stormtrooper squads actually got some points decreases as well. I mean, Empire in general was in a not as powerful. I mean, Empire was statistically the worst faction for the past few months.
Oh, good.
Um, so yeah, some more decreases on Stormtroopers. Stormtrooper upgrades like the captain and the specialist Inferno squad like got point decreases as well. So we may see them more in competitive lists because again, like Death Troopers, they were just way too expensive for what they did. But with the points decrease, we can see more of them on the table. So now, last but not least, huge like this change I think will push Empire into like the number one spot in the competitive setting. Vader was almost reworked in terms of changes. He got a bunch of changes. So first off, Darth Vader got a 15-point increase. However, he got a command slot, so you can give him command upgrades. He got the compel core rule, which what compel does is if a unit is suppressed near Vader, they can gain an additional suppression token to make a free move. So essentially, it mitigates suppression by letting you move and shoot instead of just having one action. And a lot of his command cards were just reworked or had things changed to them. So first off, um, Darkness Descends, which is a 3-pip from the Vader Operative Pack, which you could use on Commander Vader, now gives him Reliable 2 if you play it, and Reliable 2 gives you Surge tokens at the start of every turn. So now if you play it, Vader gets free Surge tokens, and Surge tokens you can use to improve your save. Essentially, Surge tokens make his 4-up save into a 3-up, which is a huge increase in survivability. I think mathematically, if you play it turn 1, which you should, Darth Vader effectively gets 24 more wounds if you mathematically pass every save on average. So in comparison, most Force users have around 12 to 15 wounds. And for people who are confused, essentially because Legion doesn't have an AP system, you either pass your save or you don't. You could kind of average out how many wounds you would effectively get by passing the average amount of saves that you'd make. So like most Jedi have about 12 to 15 wounds because of having a red save, while Vader gets 24 effective wounds.
So what you're saying is I'm gonna have to drop Veers for Vader.
Vader's got a points decrease, so maybe not actually, unless you do Operative Vader, which I think got a bigger buff than Commander Vader. What else changed from his? Let's see. So got the
Well, I mean, it seems like a lot of uh points adjustments have happened.
yeah. Vader got more changes for his command card, so I think he has another card that got buffed. See, Darkness Descends, Implacable. So if you play his 1-pip, he gets a dodge token for free. So I think that's really good because again, dodge tokens are always a good thing.
Okay.
So there's that. And then finally for Operative Vader, he gets +1 wound, so he's now speed. He now has 7 wounds instead of 6, and he gets speed 2. So if you take the operative version of Vader, he now has speed 2 instead of speed 1, and he gets a training slot. Now he does go up by 20 points, but that's worth it.
Well,
So
Operator Vader was always very strong, right?
he I want to say he was super strong. He was very solid. And if you he's one of those where if you build a list around him, you can really make him work. But now he's like, if you wanna, like, I think right now Vader, if you want to play Empire and win in tournaments, like Vader is probably the best place to start right now. Build a list around Vader if you want to win. Which honestly, like, he's Darth Vader. He should be in that spot. So I'm very excited about these. I don't play Empire primarily, but I think this is good for creating faction identity with Empire. I'm just like, yeah, this is Darth Vader. He's a badass. He will murder things. He's very effective. Because he's Darth Vader. He's the main bad guy in the OG trilogy. So if you're a Vader fan like Matt is, this is a huge buff to Vader, and it's not even factoring in like burst of speed, especially if you use operative Vader with speed 2 doesn't need burst of speed. So
Well, there you go. So
yeah,
overall, keeping the game nice and healthy.
yeah, I agree. Just want to again, clones are not dead. Like some people say, they're just toned down. Droids we'll see more variation in lists. Maybe not with the Iron Spiders. I don't know with the Spider Droids coming out. Maybe people will just be spamming Droid Spiders. But so at least there's that for the other units. Rebels like in Han Solo being, he used to he was terrible before, but now he's solid with steady and low profile. And Darth Vader, huge changes to him. Could definitely see him winning, like placing high in tournaments.
That's good. So we got all that on
Yeah,
the
there's
way. I'm looking forward to it. I'm
yeah.
painting up my perfect time to go into hobby rants right now.
Ooh, all right.
Because right now I am painting up my Star Wars Legion right now because that was one of the crates I showed a long time ago about
Nice.
what I'm going to be finishing up this year. So
Nice.
I'm almost done. I don't really know how to do snow bases because I've never done it. So I got to learn how to do that really fast, but that's pretty much the only thing I've done this entire week.
I mean, I do snow bases for my orcs, and I essentially I just put texture paint. You can either do brown or aster granite, and then just wash it so it dulls down.
Uh,
And then I use the GW snow. Feel free to use any other snow, and just kind of put it on top on like patches. Or you can just put snow on the base. That work the whole base if you just want a full snow.
I don't really know how I want to do it.
Got it.
I don't know if I want to do like little patches or whatever. I don't know. It's too much work to figure out. But other than that, yeah, I've just been working, pinning on my snow troopers or, well, stormtroopers in general. So
Nice.
almost done. Which I'm so glad that it's the contrast paint makes it so much easier. But yeah, I'm so glad it's so easy to paint those guys.
That's good. Yeah,
Where
the carry white is a lifesaver.
where I look at my Emperor's Champion, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna take me like 3 hours to paint. But let's see. I'll probably be doing a hobby day on Wednesday because I gotta get my Thousand Suns up and ready. I can't believe LVO is just like 2 months.
Oh, is it? Wow.
And it's the last weekend in January,
Oh, so close.
so we are getting closer. And my Thousand Suns that I'm liking and making a horrible decision by swapping out my Dark Eldar for them. Time's crunching, and I need to get going. Yeah, the 28th, I want to say, is the first day of LVO on January.
You can do it for Magnus.
Yeah, I'll be coming back probably Monday afternoon, and then be recording this show and giving my experience. It'll be great.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, we'll see if I got Conflu. I always seem to get Conflu.
Conflu is not fun. Maybe if you spurt, maybe with the mask, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm not used to the venue, and there's just so many people talking that I actually have to yell so people hear me because I'm soft spoken. So having to yell, obviously, what, 9 hours? It's hard on the throat.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah, I'm getting excited. I'm getting panicky too, because I gotta get that stuff locked in. But as I've been doing, just working on Star Wars Legion. Shouldn't be working on it, but it's like, what can I get rid of really fast? And Star Wars Legion is like my little small box. I'm like, I can get rid of this super
Oh, yeah.
fast. So hobby night Wednesday with my gaming group, and I don't really have much else going on, as it'll mainly just be strictly 40k games from now on, because I gotta start practicing my tournament list. Gotta play the game under 3 hours or an hour and 30 minutes. I'm so rusty because I don't play 40k as much as I used to.
Oh man. Hopefully get enough practice for LVO because yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna go well. I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna go against a lot of Dark Eldar and Orcs and Death Guard. I feel like those are the three armies I'm gonna go against a lot.
I mean, unless Gene Stealers, Gene Stealers or Custodies prove to be overpowered, which would be fun.
True. Honestly, I hope I don't go against Death Guard. The last LVO I went to, I fought against 4 Death Guard players.
Wow.
I wanted to kill myself because there were so many Death Guard players. I'm like, why can't I fight anything else?
About Death Guard.
They were all different. I'll give them that. They were all different lists. So it wasn't like, oh, I take 3 Plague Burst Crawlers and Morty and all this other stuff. They were all different. So, thank God for that. But I was sick and tired of fighting Death Guard after that.
Funny.
What about you? So what are you up to?
So I just been hobbying I mean, I stopped hobbying with my orcs just because I want to work on other stuff. I didn't do any games last week because I was busy, but I repainting my Dark Angels into Black Templars, and I'm pretty much finished with a few squads. I just need to put the transfers on, but other than that, like they're kind of done. And actually, right now I'm painting some 30k Night Lords because I like our group is just getting 30k hype, and I'm like, all right, I guess And right now, the main person I would be playing against is Donnie because he's the most hype like me, and he already has Imperial Fists, and he is working on some Death Guard, but his fists are kind of done, and he's a really good painter, but he doesn't crank out armies. Maybe he'll crank out his Death Guard, but I mean he said that he doesn't paint as fast as like me, but I mean his stuff is way better looking than my stuff.
Oh yeah, but I mean, yours is just tabletop ready.
Right, exactly, and his is definitely his 30k fists are definitely display quality.
Donnie's heavy metal.
Yeah, I know, right? Um, but my Blood Angels wouldn't be as cool fighting fists because we would just be trading missions, and even that's cool, but a little old fashioned murder is always good. So I'm like, oh, I gotta do a Trader Legion, and yeah, I have Thousand Suns, but I want to do a Siege of Terra one, and yes, Thousand Suns were in Siege of Terra, but like maybe I just want to I just want to pin a new army. I don't know. But I'm doing Night Lords. So I'm painting some Night Lords right now, and this is just super speed painting. Like even my Blood Angels, I try to strive for higher than tabletop with them. I'm doing airbrushing, I'm doing line panel washing, transfers everywhere, and all that. So they are taking a little bit longer than my normal paint schemes, my paint jobs. So I decided I wanna do a Legion quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna do Night Lords. I'm gonna do a primarily infantry force that I can just knock out quickly. And also, I do wanna like the new Bleak box set. I do want the troops in that box set to be in my army. So yeah, I'm painting some Terminators right now. I'm gonna make a Forge World order soon and get some of the special Terminators and just crank those out quickly so I get an army done as soon as possible and get some 30k going. So that's that. And also working on the Black Templars in the meantime. pause on the orcs, but eventually I'll get back to them and get my 1,000 pointless fully painted. I think it just like I just have to paint the 2 Death Dreads, the War Boss, and the Squig Riders, and then it's done.
Oh, you gotta get them ready because I thought we were doing that doubles tournament.
Oh, we should be, yeah, we could, or I could just pull out the Black Templars. We'll see, we'll see.
Then I'll have to pull out my Black Templars.
That'd be cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much my hobby.
All right then. Well, I think we've been going on long enough, so
Yeah, been fun.
we'll call it there. I'd like to thank everyone for sticking around to the end there, and we'll catch you next time.
Good everyone.
Well, bye.